on the outside, but the correct way is to keep it on the inside. Now, the lowercase a is going to help you correlate the C into making this lowercase a. Just like this. I'm going to do it in the house first, that way you'll understand. So we're going to start just like we do with the lowercase c, a little bit below the dotted line. We're going to come up, touch the dotted line, come around, sit on the floor. We're going to connect it, and then we're going to touch the dotted line. My pen has never come off the board. And then you have to go straight back down. You cannot go to the side. So all I teach my kids is pull straight back down and sit that line on the floor. Just like that. So I'm going to do it right here. That way you can see. And I'm left-handed, so sorry if my hand stays in the way. So we're going to start right below the dotted line. We're going to go around, make a lowercase c. Then we're going to come up, connect it, and touch this dotted line. And then we're just going to pull straight back down and sit it on the floor. And there is your lowercase a. And that is how the C correlates with the lowercase a as well. If you cannot make a C, you will not be able to make a lowercase o or a lowercase a the correct way. So there's the A. And I'm going to move into the D that we did last week. So the same thing. The D will start at the ceiling. The capital D will start at the ceiling, and you will go in the attic and go all the way down to the house and touch the floor, and then you'll go back to the ceiling, and you'll come around in the attic and go sit it down on the floor, just like that. Capital D. Lowercase d, I'm going to do this in the house as well. You start in the house, but then you have to go up to the attic and then back down to the house. So this one's going to be a little bit more confusing, but after I show you, I think you'll understand. So we're going to start just like a lowercase c. Our lowercase c starts in the house. So our lowercase d has to start in the house. So we're going to make a lowercase c, sit it on the floor. Then we are going to come up and connect it in the house, take it up to the attic and the ceiling, and then we're going to stay on that same line, stay on the same line, and walk it back down to the floor and sit it on that floor. So you have a lowercase d. So I'm going to do it right here so you'll see. So we make that little C, connect it. You want to go up to the attic and touch the ceiling. Sorry, I'm trying to move that way you can see. So I'm up there at the ceiling. And then all you want to do is you want to take it and then go back down that line and sit it on the floor. And there is your lowercase d. And this is to be one swift motion, one motion. So you'll start, you'll go around, sit it on the floor, come up, touch the ceiling in the attic, and then go back down and touch the floor. Just like that. Okay? So there's the D. This week, our letter is a G. So I'm going to demonstrate the G. That way, if you need help working on that at home. The capital G, it's going to start just like a capital C. Right here below the ceiling in the attic. So you're going to go up in the attic, touch the ceiling. You're going to come around down, touch the floor in the house. Then you're going to finish out a C, but you're going to keep coming up just a little bit to the top part of the house, not the attic, to the top part of the house, which is the dotted line. And then you're just going to pull a line back right there. And a big issue with the G is they want to just round it. They want to, and it'll kind of look like a 6. So we want to stress to them that it is very important that you have these sharp, crisp movements in one motion, if that makes sense. So you want to make that capital C, and then make sure you stop right there, and then you just pull a line over. That way you know how to correctly form the letter G. Then, for the lowercase g, we have to correlate back to the letter C. The lowercase g will be done in the house, and this is the first time that the students will actually get to go down to the basement. And so they normally get really excited about those letters because we haven't got to use that much at all. Really, this is the first week. So a lowercase g, you're going to start it just like a lowercase c, and it stays in the house, and then you go down to the basement. If you're up in the attic, it's incorrect. So you're going to start just like a lowercase c, right there below the dotted line. You're going to touch that top of the top part of the house, which is the dotted line. Curve around, sit it on the floor. Then you're going to connect it and make sure you touch that dotted line just a little bit to have that little line up above it. And this is one swift motion. So far I've done the lowercase c and I've connected it up to the top of the house. And then I want to walk it down that line and I want to walk it in the basement and then just give it a hook. Just like that. So I'm going to do it right over here. We're going to make a lowercase c. I'm going to come sit it on the floor, come up, touch that dotted line just a smidge, and then walk it down this line into the basement and give it a hook. Just like that. And as you can see with each letter, and I'll go back over this, that it is touching this dotted line and sitting on the floor. If it's not sitting on the floor, it's not correct. So I'll kind of go back over the letters. So the C, capital C, touches the ceiling and the floor. The lowercase c will be at the dotted line and it has to sit on the floor. The O, you start out like a C and then you just finish it all the way around to connect it, and it's got to touch the ceiling and the floor. The lowercase letter, you do it just like a lowercase c. You make your lowercase c, let it sit on the floor, and then connect it. Your A, capital A, you start at the ceiling. You go diagonal toward the house, diagonal the other way, and you cross it at the dotted line. The lowercase a, you start it just like a lowercase c. It's got to touch the top part of the house, the dotted line, and curve around to sit on the floor. You connect it, touch that dotted line, and then you come straight down and touch the floor again. And the D, capital D, sorry, I just erased a little bit of it, but capital D, you start at the ceiling and you come touch the floor. You go from the attic to the house, and then you go back to the ceiling and you curve around and sit it on the floor. The lowercase d, you do just like a lowercase c, make sure that sits on the floor, and then you have to go back up in the attic, touch the ceiling, then come right back down that same line and sit it on the floor. And that is how you make the first 5 letters correct in the OG handwriting template. If you have any questions about how you need to do it, I hope this video helps. And if it doesn't, you can shoot me a message and I'll be more than happy to meet with you in person. I mean, it's up to you. But a video is just a little bit easier. That way you can always refer back to it other than a meeting where you don't have a video. So, but I hope this helps, and just, it's very important that you work with your child with these at home. The blank paper that I sent you that had the 4 lines on it with the house template, that is for you to make copies. That way you can practice the letters we've already done and the letters that we are learning that week. So the more practice they get, the more they're going to understand it and the easier they're going to remember it. So I hope this helps, and like I said, if you need anything, just shoot me a dojo and I'll be glad to get back with you and help as much as I can. All right, thanks.